If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Our number is 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222. My friends, we were talking about the great stories of the TSA. Remember they called them the TS, this is terrible. I'm sure they're better now, but they were called at one point TSA-Holes. It was federalized sky caps. Remember the people they got at first to do this? Remember these people? They were like stealing, were stealing stuff. The worst. Listen to this one. There were some stories. Remember this in 2010, there was a 61-year-old bladder cancer survivor. His name is Thomas D. Sawyer. Tom Sawyer. In 2010, and he was traveling from Detroit to Orlando when an enhanced pat-down broke the seal on his urostomy bag. He's a bladder cancer survivor. And he said, please be careful. Please, just be careful, because the ostomy bag, like a colostomy, but this is a urostomy. He said, be careful. Just watch when you pat me down. I don't want it to become disadhesed. I don't want this to spill. And despite informing the agent about his medical condition, the agent ignored him. And they dropped his pants, and his pants were soaked in his own urine. He had to walk across the concourse to get to his plane and sit in his own wet pants. He said it was beyond humiliating. It's just horrible. Other incidents reported the United Ostomy Associations of America and online forums, including alleged that TSA agents demanded to see medical appliances, causing unnecessary, sometimes painful physical contact. I mean, it was brutal. Women, they were looking right through your clothes. They knew exactly what they were doing. I mean, it was like, what are we doing here? What is the purpose of this? How did this happen? Not to mention, why am I going into, I'm having backscatter ionizing radiation. Then there was millimeter wave. There were two, Rapiscan, and there was another type. And they found that people who worked around them, I believe it was Boston, they found cancer clusters in employees who were standing next to these machines all day long. And there was one, I remember, it was a Columbia University, either a paper, an article, or a dermatologist who said that the top of the head, which is the most sensitive, was being hit with radiation. Remember, ionizing radiation. And nobody said anything about it. Because people said, well, if it protects us from terrorism. The terrorists didn't have guns. What are we talking about? We've got to ask people why they're coming in. Remember when they would take Aunt B? This poor woman, she has like the chignon and the black sweater. She looks like your nun. You know what I mean? And they would make her take her shoes off. What? It was to defeat your will, to break your will to resist, to condition you, to put you in like cattle. They always want to see how far can they go. It's a beta test. It's always it's like a grand opening. What can they make us go through? Just like with what's going right now here with weather. And in New York City, we have congestion pricing. And we have these cameras. What do you think the cameras see? Do they just look at your license tags, or do they look into your car and into you and into your soul? And instead of looking at what's going on with Epstein, they want to divert your attention. But you see, my friends, with great programming like The Other Side of Midnight and your, dare I say, your team leader, not to mention some great online activists, it's a new day right now, my friends.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our country has to offer, especially health care. Across every state, every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.